Welcome back to another Redstone video, everybody. This is Scotty, and today we are inside docm77's casino world, as this was a request I took from my Discord of how to make this work for Bedrock, and I have done so. The left side here is the original design from his world, and it is not working. As you see, it's losing shulker boxes in here. As well as down here. That is due to the shulker bug that's currently on Bedrock, where they don't always do what you want. And the only safe way to break a shulker box is from below. Up there went another one. Other than this, for the most part, this circuit is working fine. Let's go ahead and turn off this machine down here. Yeah, I built this just to keep sitting a pause so that way I didn't have to keep coming back to press the button. Now in his video he does go over everything down here and how it works. So I'm not going to go over that. I'm just going to go over the changes that needed to be made to make this work. And one of the first things is this piston should not be powered right now. But that is due to how Bedrock handles Redstone versus Java. So to fix this problem, we need to bring out the front by a few blocks. As you see here, this one's a little bit longer. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this out a few blocks and begin. Now we can go ahead and start removing the back part of this. Okay, I think we got everything gone. Okay, looking at this one, we'll start at the top piston and work our way down. So you see the signal comes up here, goes over, and then to the piston. So that is this one right here. So let's go ahead and bring it on over. Then we need some redstone dust. And right now before we do this, you notice it's actually getting power, so we need to block that. So now it's not getting power. That one is complete. Now the one below it, it just goes straight to the piston. There we go. And the last one is the same way. However, we do have to have it drop down because of this torch, because that torch will power the piston occasionally. So there's our torch. And then we bring our redstone line over. So that one's corrected. Okay, so the middle one, let's get in here. Just comes down from the top, right there. Yep, just right there in the center. And then we'll bring this down. And now we have our default of 1. So the system defaults at a 1 without drastically redesigning the system by moving this out more and adding in more stuff. That's how the system works. Okay, working on the left side. So now we have this one's pretty much straight across. So is the bottom one. And this one, actually we don't need this block here. Yeah, we can get rid of this block. When I was getting a different shulker randomizer in here, I placed that, so that is not needed. That is leftover. So all of these are straight across. Except for the top one, which does have a repeater on it. So let's go ahead and bring this one out. Place down our repeater. Then we will adjust our timing so that's still the same. Then we can bring this one across. Get rid of our temporary block. And then down here is their shulker dispenser. We can go ahead and get rid of this too. We'll keep this right now. We'll come back to this in a minute. Let's go ahead and stretch this one out. And this one. And the top. So now our die should be working correctly. Let's go ahead and place a block back in here and give it a test. Okay, here's an empty shulker. That should give us a 1. And it did. This one should give us a 2. 1, 2, yep. Okay, we should have 3. 1, 2, and 3. That one is 5. Okay, this one should be 4. Yep, there's 4. And then we need number 6. And there's our number 6. So all the shulkers are working. Now we need to rework this input so it can work. So let's head back over to the working side. And here's the modification. Instead of coming in from the side, we're going straight into the block from this way. And we have our dispenser on the side with some hoppers over here. Let's go ahead and break these hoppers and go underneath. Try not to break too much here. So we have a piston, then a hopper, then with a minecart and a hopper in front of it. So if it lands up there, the hopper will get it. And we got this here. Let's go down one more. Then under both of these, we have minecarts with hoppers as well. So that way if it lands on the piston, it'll be brought down. And we got a redstone signal on the side here to power it. All these hoppers will filter into this dropper here, which will be then filtered back up to this top hopper and send it back into the dispenser. We have some observers here observing the redstone to time it right to get it all the way up. And then this comparator will trigger the dispenser once an item is in it. I ran this system for about an hour and it did not break. So it is reliable. So now we can go ahead and remove this in here. And they had hoppers all the way back here trying to collect the shulkers because shulkers apparently do crazy things on Java as well. Where can we place this block? There we go. Then we can bring this back out, this out. Actually, we need to put the block there. Redstone here. And the repeater is down there. So we need to get our dispenser over here. Yeah, right here under the piston. We can fill that in. Then we can bring this down and over and down again. Then we can place a piston here pointing up. Let's bring this down a couple more and over. And that's a dropper. That should be a dispenser, as I said earlier. We'll place our droppers here, 2 and 3. Okay, and there's 3. That's coming back over here. This here has to be a dispenser, not a dropper. Now there's our dispenser. Then we want a hopper going into that dispenser. Then we'll put some glass behind it. We can fill in that opening. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. And place 2 hoppers here going into there. Then another hopper going back into that hopper. Then we'll go ahead and build out the sides of this a little bit. And there we go. Now let's place our rails down on top of the hoppers. Actually, let's place a block first, and then a hopper going into that block. Actually, we need that block back, because we also need a hopper back here going into that block. So now we can place a minecart up here. Actually, we don't want to do that yet. Let's try again. Place a block here, then our hopper. Get rid of that block, and this one. Place down our minecart track, then our 2 minecarts with a hopper. Then we can get rid of our track. You don't have to get rid of the track, but a lot of people do. And then up here we can place another piece of track. Let's place a block first. And then I put a block on this side. This way we'll keep our minecart in there. We'll get rid of this top block temporarily. and place down our minecart. Then we'll get rid of the track, hopefully. Let's get rid of that. Nope. There we go. Place our block back. And then we need our green block back over here. Then a comparator going into that block. Then our hoppers around the side to collect it. There we go. Then we can fill in everything else. So now we have a little pocket here for the shulker to land. I forgot you can't pick block the red mushroom. And we might as well break these out as well. And there we go. The front of the dice is now complete. Let's go ahead and block in the side of it over here for our redstone signal, which we'll take from this torch here. There we go. That part is done. Now we need to bring out the bottom here by 2 blocks on each side. And place on a comparator and a repeater on 4 ticks. And then place a comparator on this side and another repeater. We will want an observer observing the 2 end repeaters. And then an observer observing the observer. And we're going to do this on both sides. So now when we place an item in, actually let's break this hopper first. And we'll send it over here so that way it doesn't mess up the system. There we go, it sent those up. Let's try it again. Yep. Now if we're in here, if we throw an item anywhere in here, it should end up in that hopper. There it is. Even up here. Yep, that's working. So now we can place the hopper back into the dispenser. Then we place a comparator, a block, then a repeater, and 2 pieces of redstone dust in front and behind of the repeater. And then this is now complete. Let's go ahead and place down a 1. And that didn't do anything other than dispense it. Let's go ahead and put the rest of them in. And with that, it should be complete. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Actually, we don't need to run this. We can just use the button. So we have a 3 and a 2. We lost. So we have a 64 and an 18. A 2 and a 2. So 61 and an 18. 5 and a 1. We should have won. Now we're back up to 62, so it went up by 1. We just dropped 1. And we won again. Now we're up to 63. Again, I am also not the designer of this. docm77 is. I just went over showing you how to modify it so it works on Bedrock. I'm going to leave a link to the original video in the description below, so I'd recommend watching that to get a better understanding of how this works. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please leave comments below. Thank you for watching.